So Dematerialized is a digital fashion marketplace. So basically, we enable creators to enter the digital market and connect with their consumers and their users and sell amazing fantasy fall products to the consumer of the future. So that's what the Dematerialized is. And basically, we are, if you like to make like a comparison, like the Farfetch or the Net-a-Porter of the metaverse.
It all sounds very exciting. It also sounds very complex. Do the fashions actually exist?
Well, it does exist, but it exists in an immaterial way, in a dematerialized way. So if you think about existing in terms of physicality, it doesn't exist, but it does exist in many different ways, right? So it's definitely an asset that has tons of creative faculties, that it has been crafted, that it has made by incredibly talented people. They have taken hours and hours to produce. So it does exist, just not in a material form.
So give me the USP, give me the sort of your business pitch.
We support creators around the globe to enter the market, and we are a marketplace, so we do take a fee of those creations. Obviously, we also have a lot of information and intel about what the appetite, and we hope in the future to be able to forecast trends and come up with our own products that really speak to the desires of the user of the future. It's a slightly different kind of operating model because our logistics are not as complex as Web2, e-commerce companies. Like our logistics are very slim. People get the product delivered immediately. So it's closer to an experience when you buy something in the Apple store than the experience of a traditional e-commerce. So it's kind of like a different kind of dynamic for fashion users.
Why are luxury brands, you think, becoming so excited about the metaverse?
Well, I think as a human, it's very easy to get excited about the principle of existing in a reality that's not limited by the laws of physics. So in terms of creativity, that is wow, super exciting. But in terms of business building, it's the biggest opportunity the fashion industry has ever seen, right? Because so far, fashion doesn't really scale that well. And when fashion scales, we know the impact it has in the environment. So for the first time, the industry has the ability of entering that beautiful exponential growth that we know from digital technologies while being less impactful to the environment. And then, being able to explore creativity to a next level, have their brand exist in many, many manifestations. And I think it's just in general such an attractive proposition. So I think that's why fashion brands, traditional fashion brands, have understood the beauty and the potential of the metaverse that is creative, is financial, and is environmental.
How might new digital brands be perhaps born out of the metaverse?
Honestly, Stephen, I think we're going to see a massive influx of creators all over the world because we have lowered the barrier of entry, right? That's what technology always does, make things abundant that used to be scarce. And in the past, in order to participate in the fashion system, you have to be in the capitals, you have to go to the right fashion schools, you have to have somehow the right network. And now all of a sudden, we're telling people, if you have an internet connection and a graphic program and the ability to mint your own assets, you are your own factory. You can go to market immediately from the get-go, and kind of the similar way like social media did for content creation. That all of a sudden influencers had more power and a bigger audience than traditional media. So I think all of a sudden we're going to see creators from all over the world come into play, and they will become super successful, big brands. And I think the traditional players should be a little bit worried about what's coming.
And I suppose that the bonus is digital fashion will always fit. You won't have to take it back.
Never. It always fits. You always look great. It will always be sharp. Doesn't get old. What else do you want?
Marjorie Hernandez, many thanks for joining us on The Agenda.
Thank you so much for having me.